going on? It's your boy Brandon Bird, man. I'm just I really want to get back on here, man. How y'all doing? Just for a quick moment, I think of the last video I did. I think it's something with the volume and the sound kind of got distorted. I was out, doing some trucks, trying to start up some trucks and everything else. So I think I should have been more maybe more adamant to try to just at least get the sounds correct when I was doing some things doing work. But yeah, I really was just trying to talk about the emphasis on there's a jealousy um and almost lead to a hatred of black women from white women, even of other women from other racial groups. It's more of a power dynamic. Even during slavery of colonial American to United States, child slavery, and even throughout the world, but just pertaining to American that I'm going to stick to, you had a lot of white women that was actually holding majority of the wealth at that time because they outlived their husbands, and there was a lot of white women that actually held slaves, very ruthless as well. Um, but um, but they also had a say so in certain things and aspect. Now, laws were if you're coming from more of an indenture servitude, it was and you were a woman, it was a little bit different. But if you wasn't, then that's life for a woman even at that time was actually pretty pleasant, and she had some authority. Like I get, most European white women or something like that um, didn't really have a government role. Even when you think about the voting right, um, they really didn't need to vote. A woman really did not need to vote because you vote in a family philosophy. Like your money is pretty much still the money because if you got children, your money is not just yours alone. It's actually your money's going towards your children, whatever you see fit. So there was always a plethora of certain type of systemic structure for white women. Even during the slave period, when black women was enslaved, um, abused, killed, treated very horribly, unimaginable oppression. There were white women that actually took part in it. There were only a few that spoke out against it, but there's also others that wanted complete control. At the time, I think in the 1600s, Virginia was on its way to becoming a matriarch society, not a patriarch society. So, if you are the feminine and you understand history, you have to look at the role of the Virginian colonies of the 1600s to understand apply a white woman role in American society. But um, but yeah, it's just the thing is from oppression, from institutional racism, organized racism, that come from the basic of slavery, um, that led from Jim Crow eras to mass incarceration, etc., etc. You have um, there's there's a discourse, disdain of white women now trying to control the narrative. But as you know, the ADOS movement is basically started. A lot of black women is now awakening to really value themselves. You still got some that have safe hair trick and black man as well, but that's more into um, a void of going interracial or what you call swirling um, direction. But the people that's basically that sound and having a clear cut agenda that they realize their worth. And once a black woman realizes the worth, she's pretty much unstoppable. Just like the black man, you're gonna have to realize your worth. Um, today, ITC Blue, again, it was on fire a couple of days ago. Now it's not on fire. A couple of days ago, everybody, they shut down schools. Towns was in shelter in place. That means you can't go outside because the toxins in the air. And the thing is that they lied. That when the guy was, they had a dude talking about the air is clean and everything else, and found out after the fire was, got extinguished, they found out there's chemicals in the air that it could be very, very fatal if you breathe in a large amount or concentration of it. So, and then got fired and caught on fire again. I just thinking but they said it was a many safety violations that it went through and kept breaking. And this goes back to even the scandals in these colleges and universities. You got people that should not be qualified that's getting put in these positions. If you look at the presidents that we have, maybe Barack Obama was maybe an exception of it, but many of the presidents we had wasn't really intellectual people. They were basically average guys, people with family connections and wealth that took them to the direction that they need to go to. So, and that just led you, just the ITC accident is many different societies, even look at highways, constructions, and architects. Some of these don't make no sense and what the designs are. It's like they're not putting no forward thinking into what might type of changes might happen. They're not even looking at that. So I think it's a lot of intellectual and intelligence really is missing, but they're put in these higher places. That lets you know that the backdrop is always going to be institutional racism, organized racism, white supremacy is always going to be in the backdrop of these things. Because, like I said, if you're white and you're not really qualified, somebody who's black or other, you're going to put in that white guy. You might put the other, but you're definitely going to put either of the two before that black person. Maybe a black woman you would, because, a lot of people know that a black woman is not going to be an authoritarian. She's still a woman. It's going to be something she's going to be submissive to. So, that's just the thing we got right now. You have a lot of unqualified people at the helm of this, and they don't know what they're doing. But yeah, I just really want to just finish what I was talking about the black, about the hate, jealousy relations of white women with black women. The thing about black women, I think with white women, they feel like if they emulate the black woman, they could take the black woman's place, and that's not going to be. There's nothing that can fade original. Even it takes a top-notch white woman to really even get to a slither to just a minor downgrade, beautiful black woman in my eyes. But definitely just there's always, I think, during world's history and even through many countries and many during the abolition movement, even in Reconstruction, a lot of black women was doing a lot of things with wealth. A lot of them was very smart. A lot of them was intelligent. A lot of them was fighters. A lot of them was really going fighting both ends. You had some black women that was also taking place in the suffrage movement, but you had a lot of black women that knew their role and knew the racial contract of society to fight for their own people. But and just a all around. There's always gonna be that tension. But I definitely will drop another video. Just really want to kind of like kind of bring that back to the really want to bring the closure to that discussion. Really to that from that video. The discussion's still gonna be up and coming. I might drop a few jewels there and there, but I just want to try to close that video out just from the sound distortion of the last video. But yeah, man, I'll get with you guys real soon, and many bless. All right, one.